cannot tell you about my sex life with Sylvester because I would offend the agreements that we have.
You have gag orders?
You had an affair with the actress in that movie. You cheated on Maria, and you were.
Society is breeding a new kind of criminal. It's also breeding a new kind of cop.
All along you knew it wasn't right. You were
This is where the law stops. And I start. Stallone is Cobra.
You wanna go to hell with me?
The strong arm of the law.
Her courage was forged out of fire. Her power, a gift of the gods. Red Sonja. Only one man on Earth is man enough to win her.
Don't be a fool.
Try it. Two legends unite to destroy the Earth's greatest evil.
God, Majesty, what you want?
The world, Eichel! We must find a way in.
A magnificent new legend.
Oh my god.
Does the loser have to wear this? Oh, that's your Brigitte Nielsen wig.
The loser already is wearing it.
That looks good.
You want to be on the internet looking like this?
You're caught up.
Too much party in the back.
Sonja,
That's a lot of party.
you must learn to like men a little better.
Whoa.
They are not all evil.
And smile more.
So this episode is, the not PC term is the Eskimo Brothers episode.
Eskimo Brothers is when two guys have had sex with the same girl at different times.
I actually know this term because I'm probably Eskimo Brothers with more women in Kansas City than I am with men.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You've dated bisexual women.
Yes.
You said at different times, if it's a threesome, are you not Eskimo Brothers?
It's more of a direct link to it, I guess. I don't know. You know right away. Yeah. Like some Eskimo brothers may not know they're Eskimo brothers. But if they're together...
And they're here tonight.
Yeah.
So that's probably not a very PC term. I don't think the Inuits are very happy with
No, we need to come up with a new one.
We need a better one. I've got a few options.
Isn't there some passage in the Old Testament about how if you die, your brother is supposed to take your wife?
Yeah.
So old testy bros?
Old testy bros.
I like me a good testy.
Custard cousins.
Custard? Like...
You don't want to have to make them think when you're like giving them a name.
Pearl pals.
Pearl pals.
Because they came in the same clam.
That sounds like if like everybody was over 75.
We're just
like Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
The same Hot Pocket.
Okay, so we watched Red Sonja and we watched...
Cobra.
And what do those films have in common?
Brigitte Nielsen.
Brigitte Nielsen and nonstop action.
Brigitte Nielsen is discovered by Hollywood. She was already modeling. She's like 21, Danish model, very tall lady, has a mullet apparently. Was it a wig? No, she's wearing a wig in Cobra.
I mean, it was the 80s though. A lot of people had mullets in the 80s.
Right. I mean, that looks like a wig.
That looks like a painting.
It's a painting of a wig. So she's cast to go across from Schwarzenegger, who at the time is engaged, I believe, to Maria Shriver. Brigitte and Arnold have quite an affair during the filming.
Are following
He's a nice guy,
Sylvester Stallone. You are following
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. You made love to Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
You never told me that before.
I know, because you didn't ask me.
On the press tour for Red Sonja, she meets Stallone, and they get married like months later.
On the press tour.
When you typewrite a thing and go, "Dear Mr. Stallone, my name is Brigitte Nielsen. I've just finished my first movie.
Right.
And this is what I look like. It's a professional picture from my modeling days." And Sylvester called me after 2 hours and he says, "I'll be right over."
Where did you meet with him?
Hotel.
He came to your hotel. And what occurred in there? What occurred in that room?
We spoke about divorce.
What is he good in bed? And we'll get to Flavor Flav.
I cannot.
Worst piece of advice you ever got.
To marry Stallone.
Was it that bad?
Yes.
Stallone promptly puts her in Rocky 4 as
Do you
Ivan
think it was one of
Drago's
those
wife.
things where he's just like, I want that now?
Because they had a rivalry, right? So I
They
feel
did.
like
I think Stallone won that rivalry because I think Cobra is much better than Red Sonja.
Arnold did not have any chemistry with Brigitte.
She was with Arnold during the movie Red Sonja or something like that.
What do you got?
Am I supposed to be able to like judge chemistry in a movie? I've never been able to judge if two actors.
Which one did
They
you
just
believe
seem
was
less
like
awkward.
Maybe I have some sort of
She's
weird
fucking
film
both of them
autism
behind
where I can't
Because
discern that sort of
she was-
thing.
She was more of a victim in Cobra than she was in Red Sonja. She was more independent in Red Sonja, so they didn't really have a reason to create chemistry. Arnold would just pop up out of nowhere every once in a while to help her
Just
out.
keep like popping,
Yeah.
just like,
It's like,
"Ha-ha, I'm here."
in Cobra, there was not much. It was like, oh, he's protecting her. She's asleep in the bed, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was much chemistry. Whereas in Red Sonja, we had the metaphorical wiener fights, where it's
Yeah.
like, you can only have sex with someone who's beaten you in battle. So they do a lot of battling. That's all very kind of. It's like she's got her strap on out and he's got
yeah.
his wiener out, and they're deciding who's gonna bang who.
No man may have me unless he has beaten me in a fair fight.
The only man that can have you is one who has tried to kill you. That's logic.
Pretty weird, but like, you know, I do understand the allure of it.
Well, like sex and death are connected.
Le petit mort.
Which is French for.
The little death.
The little death.
Which is French for.
The orgasm.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I felt like the premise of that was better, but like when they actually were together, I'm like, I just don't see it.
Unless you can beat me in a fair fight.
That's a challenge I might think about someday.
You didn't need that symbolism in Cobra because everybody knew that Stallone was going to be fucking. It seemed like every Stallone movie in the 90s, he had sex with a lady in the shower. I've seen them all. Except Party at Kitty and Studs.
Oh my god. Does he not have sex with someone in the shower in that one?
Maybe it was a
Schwarzenegger.
stunt cock.
She bangs Schwarzenegger while he's with Maria Shriver during this filming. She says she thought he was single. And I'm like, I don't know how you can engage in an affair with a Hollywood movie star and not know if they're famously engaged. to
Especially
someone.
like she's a Kennedy, isn't she?
Yeah, Shriver's a Kennedy. Yeah.
That's what we call it, Kennedy cousins.
Kennedy cousins. Kennedy cousins. That's where we're at.
Damn,
All right.
that's actually
Good.
pretty good.
Yeah, that is
Do a verbal trademark on that.
Yeah,
Copyright.
Kennedy cousins.
So
Yeah,
Kennedy
we're Kennedy
cousins.
cousins.
Schwarzenegger commented, "It's the worst film I have ever made. Now I tell my kids that if they get out of line, they'll be forced to watch Red Sonja 10 times in a row. It must be working because I've never had much trouble with any of them."
No, I think that's pretty harsh.
Is it the worst Schwarzenegger film?
No, Hercules in New York is. His accent was too thick, so in the original release, he's completely overdubbed.
Yeah.
Like it down there.
Let me be the judge of that. I am tired of the same old faces, the same old things.
Let me be the judge of that. I'm tired of the same old faces, the same old thing.
Oh no, it's not he's bad. The whole movie is garbage. It's hilariously bad.
No self-respecting actor would probably be in a movie like that.
What about Pumping Iron?
It's like coming.
I'm getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling of coming backstage when I pump up.
Maria Shriver said in a TV interview that at the premiere, she remarked, "If this doesn't kill your career, nothing will." That's how bad it is.
It's not that bad.
That's
It's
how
not that
bad it is.
bad.
What is Red Sonja about? Somebody want to give it a shot? He looks like he's pooping, right?
Yeah.
Looking for Red Sonja.
I am Sonja.
Your sister's dying.
An evil lesbian queen abuses the powers of a green ball.
She wasn't really a lesbian, though.
If you read the wiki, it calls her a lesbian.
Like maybe a political lesbian.
Political lesbian. No, it's
But like she
what
was
happened in here?
she was like, yeah, I hate. Okay, no, this was like one of my pet peeves. She was like, I hate men. And then she like is all not all over, but she's like into Arnold, obviously.
The queen?
Yeah.
Gedrin?
No.
Not Red Sonja.
Red Sonja.
Red Sonja.
Oh no, Red Sonja's not a lesbian.
Red Sonja is bisexual.
Yeah.
I've got a source for that. One of the comic book authors.
Yeah, in the comics she appears
I'll
to
get
be.
to that in a little bit. So I think she's
okay.
mostly like straight, but there's a comic author like in the 2010s. Who's,
Is it Gail Simone?
I believe that is correct. I
The
don't
Gail
know
Simone one is
anything
really
about
good.
comics.
I read it recently.
I don't know anything about comic books.
I've got some.
I've read Persepolis. That's the one comic book I've ever read.
I had an Ozzie Smith comic I got from Pizza Hut back in like 2nd grade.
The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
2 buff dudes saved the world.
2 buff dudes
saved the world.
So are you calling Brigitte Nielsen a dude?
What's a joke, Jeff?
Just making sure.
It makes you think. You don't want to have to make them think.
Touch it. Touch it. Touch it.
After watching the Sean Connery 80s Green Knight, this is like the Green Knight, but it's the Green Light.
There you go.
The dude you said, I think you said looks like Wallace Shawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking will kill us all! Oh, God, Majesty, what you want?
It's inconceivable. Say it. What you want is inconceivable.
That is the SS Gestapo dude from Raiders of the Lost Ark. With the like round glasses, that
yeah.
guy. He is also in both the 70s and 80s Green Knight. The Wayne and the Green Knight.
Whoa.
The little kid. Short round.
You look kind of like a young Bolo Young from a bunch of martial arts movies.
Butt chug martial arts movies?
No, a bunch of martial arts movies.
Not butt
He's
chug.
in Enter the Dragon.
But it is the dude from Surf Ninjas.
Oh.
And Kino
I've
from
watched
Teenage
Surf
Mutant Ninja
Ninjas.
Turtles
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically what you're telling me is you guys were all slimed.
It wasn't slime. It was ooze.
We open on what?
Red Sonja's village being pillaged.
Village
The pillage of a village.
Vengeance on Queen Gedrin, who wanted you for herself.
This is exposition, right?
Yeah, flashback exposition, first minute.
Her guardian exposition angel
Yeah.
tells her, "Hey, Sonja, you were raped and your family was murdered."
Gedrin ordered your family murdered.
What? She's explaining to her her backstory?
Violated by her soldiers.
Maybe
That
she
was
was
when you were raped?
immediate.
Is that what she said?
Essentially, she's like, you know, remember yesterday? Just in case you were trying to repress it. I'm gonna bring all that back up for you real quick.
At the temple, they've got the green
Magical
glowing
green
ball.
orb that controls the destiny of the world.
It's a magic
somehow.
green ball. Tell me about the magic green ball.
It's green.
It's green.
It's spherical.
Yeah, if men touch it, they die. If women
Oh,
touch it,
yeah.
it does
Men
not.
cannot use it.
Nope.
They get jump cutted out of existence.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a metaphor for like the clit. Like men can't find the clit. I have a wet mouth and a strong tongue.
If men touch the clit, they vanish from existence. That's how men think, and that's why they avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Touch it.
So they are gonna throw it down a well thing and then like destroy it and cover it up forever because it's no one can wield this power. So we're gonna do a ceremony that is very slow, and we're gonna throw it. And then oh no, the evil queen attacks. Evil Queen Gedrin starts throwing people in the well.
Yeah, I thought they were throwing them to their death.
Yeah, it sounds very far down, but then you're like, oh.
And then-
oh no, it's
and then-
really just like 10 feet, and they're just like standing down
And they're
there.
just like, ah!
Or laying there with various broken bones.
Yeah. It sounds like there's an orgy going on in an 8-foot deep well.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're going to your
But
I'm
honestly,
hurt.
if I were like pushed down a well and I had nothing else to do, you might as well fuck.
So if we find out the world is ending in 10 minutes, you get an announcement. You're just looking around to fuck. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
This might be weird. I do recall being very bored in class, in probably high school or college, and I would think, okay, if we found out the world is ending in 10 minutes, who fucks who? And like I'd start pairing people off. It's kind of like a ranking system. Is that weird? Has anyone else done that?
No,
I don't believe I have.
I mean, it seems not that weird.
Yeah.
So who is it right now? Gromling, you're with... I don't. Whoever you pick, the other two have to do it.
I get your wig.
Kennedy Cousins. Oh my god.
Me and old Fisto here.
The evil queen gets the thing, and I think it's Red Sonja's sister escapes from the temple.
Yes.
She's trying to get out with the message, and that's when
Yeah.
Arnold shows up with his big sword, and he's not Conan the Barbarian.
He's not Conan.
He's legally different from Conan the Barbarian. Luckily, they have a zip line.
If you're being followed, why wouldn't you take both? Oh, another one magically
She
appeared.
takes a zip line to a taxi. Get on the zip line and go to the Uber, right? Take a left at the gravel road. Oh, that's how she dies.
Yeah, I like how she like gets out all the exposition, everything she needs to know.
Here's the necessary information.
Yeah. It's like, instead of...
It's in the castle. Ah. I think he died. No, he wouldn't write out ah. So we meet Red Sonja. She's training in a weird place with an Asian dude with weird giant white hair thing.
Well, she's just like, it's like fighting pits, yeah.
In a fighting pit.
Yeah.
What do you have to walk under to get into the fighting pit? It's
Squatting.
A giant squatting Buddha. It looks like he's pooping.
Yeah.
The pooping Buddha.
The Buddha.
How are you going to be able to describe this? Well, let's put it this way. The Buddha in this film that they have near the camp looks like... How does he look, James? The Buddha looks like... Now we know why he looks so contented, right? Oh, I guess you got to see the movie. I don't want to say that because I don't see the movie.
Oh, kapla!
Kapla!
What place is that?
Kapla. It's a great city.
That's also the Klingon word for, goodbye and good luck?
Kapla. Kapla.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel Gibson shouts it while pinching his nibs and stuff.
Why should you?
Что за черт? Да это же Мел Гибсон.
Oh, Adidi's back.
And they're like,
this
I
is
don't
great.
know.
This is great for everything.
Great
Didi
audio.
never messes anything up.
Dee, I'm so excited.
The collar on my
can't
sweater is
hide
so
it.
thick.
Do 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 do. I'm Dee Dee. Get to the Uber.
Has Uber not paid Arnold for that commercial? Because that's quality.
Yeah. Get to the Uber.
He's wearing jeans.
He's wearing blue jeans.
It's definitely jeans. The taxi driver, again.
Is it that easy to pull over a horse?
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's like 3 ninjas.
Oh my god.
There's a dude wearing blue jeans.
Yeah,
Just wearing blue jeans in the
Wait.
fight scene. Oh, it's great.
Remember this?
You don't remember?
Yeah.
I think you went to pee.
Oh,
Cut to the clip of him peeing. We got a bathroom shot.
Yep. Okay, that's doable.
Get ready to add a finger. What are the accents in Hyboria? Because in this film, it seemed to me that various parts of Hyboria are just different New York City boroughs.
Very diverse accents.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that guy's from Brooklyn. Oh, he hangs out at Brighton Beach.
What happened? Queen Gedron attacked us. What happened?
His true accent is in New York.
That's right.
Do you remember the climactic slitting open of a coin purse?
Yes.
Seems metaphorical in a movie about lesbians.
My gold? Pavlov's gold?
Now that was unmanly of your highness.
I was surprised on how good that dragon was for the relative to the rest of the movie portrayed.
Well, that's a De Laurentiis production for you.
Yeah.
There's all these weird things that, like, you're going to get good costuming, pretty good sets, you're going to get, like, a full score, And you're going to get like some awesome monsters here and there, but everything else they'll just be like, man, I don't give a shit. That's fine. The acting? Yeah, no, just as long as they get the lines right.
Kill me. Come on. Come on.
I did notice on the credits that it was Ennio.
Oh, more Conan?
Yeah, and he did a lot of spaghetti westerns, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's like the prototypical.
He's done so many film scores.
Yeah.
Did you notice the score during the film?
It's pretty alright, yeah.
It didn't stand out to me as bad, so I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
bad,
there's
but
a
I
lot
did.
of other bad stuff to distract you.
This is true. Giant pet spider.
Fuck that.
He's clearly the bad person.
Like
It's got no traction. It's just like
It's just like in the new Dune, they have a weird pet spider. That's maybe a person.
Maybe a person. After Hidden Fortress and after Star Wars, they decided every Hero Quest movie needs the comic relief character, a tiny boy prince, and his bodyguard.
How dare you, woman? I'll show you how I dare. This should have been done a long time ago.
No! If you must hit someone, then hit me.
He was like, I will take my dinner in 5 minutes. He's just alone with his one bodyguard, right?
Yeah, his entire city
Everything's
got
been wiped
destroyed.
out.
Yeah, it raises the stakes.
But they don't make that really felt because that
No.
character is just played for
jokes.
comedic relief.
Yeah.
They really don't show that he's like really upset
Yeah, they're not broken up about it.
everybody he knows being killed.
Well, maybe I'll take you as my wife someday. And she's like, probably not, buddy.
She's like, I'm 8 years older than you.
Will you teach me to fence and to fight,
And to love.
if you please?
This is usually where the love scene starts.
Well, she hates men.
You were disarmed
So-
because you hold the hilt too tight. Grip gently.
Maybe she likes prepubescent boys, though. It's complicated.
Gently, I see. Like this?
I mean, come on.
Your Highness learns fast.
Conan's gonna have field day
I
with this.
think we'll continue
this
your
clip.
fencing lessons another time.
I may even make you my queen. But I'm still young.
And he has manners and everything already.
She turned into a man in like 4 seconds. He was just sitting right there.
If you have to sleep with anybody, sleep with me.
Dig it out!
Your Highness, it may belong to somebody.
It does, and he wants it now!
Don't put your hand on the blade, will you?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Falcon, Highness! This way! Make for the stairs!
Come on, Prince!
It's actually not that bad of a... Oh, okay, there's dragon.
Yeah.
The pearl makes things worse.
They
That's
want to
what
be.
happened.
They want to be
pearl.
pearl cousins.
Climb up here, my friends!
Yeah, like they could just get out of the water, but they just.
And at no point does the metal fish try to kill anybody.
It just swims around a lot.
Yeah, it just swims around a lot.
And like I think every single person at some point climbs out of the water and then like has to jump back in for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, just climb out. What are you doing?
Just leave.
They eventually blind it and like stab its eyes out, even though it never actually tried to really kill
Yeah, they had to pop
them.
its eyes out and stop it.
It just wanted them to pet it. Yeah, like rub me. It was like a cat. It's just coming near them and like grazing them.
Yeah.
And they're like, kill it, stab its eyes. Oh god.
Actually, it looks like my cat.
Which one?
That's a belly flop.
The death roll.
How many times did she jump back into the water?
They do not know how to dive. They always belly flop.
So we finally get to the climax. She has the fight with the lesbian queen.
Yeah.
Lesbian queen can just suddenly vanish and then appear in a different part of the room.
It's because she has a magician.
Because she has a magician. So then Red Sonja's like, okay, I'm going to go stab the magician. And then that works.
Yeah. Nobody does. The magician doesn't try to get away. Nobody
He's like,
does.
oh,
He just turns and goes,
I didn't realize you might stab me. Whoa. Whoa.
Sorcery.
Up here, Sonja!
No, up. Look up. Go after that guy.
I love how lizards always just have like Kool-Aid in containers and dry ice and like.
Should have used that magic thing to stop her from coming over there.
Didn't think of that. So she kills the magician, and then she just kills Gudrun,
The
basically.
equivalent of like killing your healer before you kill.
In what context?
Video games.
Don't distract her.
We're watching. How's it? Are you okay? Is it going all right? She fell into a VHS tape made of lava. And that's how he discovered his wax fetish.
I make it a rule never to take a woman, unless she can beat me in a fair fight.
That's a challenge I might think about someday.
What about
Delivery
right now?
is so bad.
That's happened. You're gonna fuck again.
They have like no chemistry.
Right?
Which is ironic, considering they're really doing it.
When I pose out in front of 5,000 people, I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific.
Come along, Falcon.
Yeah, you really want to go watch it.
You're like saying goodbye to your friends and you're like, nah.
We gotta fuck real fast. Tally door. You get stop Bill?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And
The nails. Hey. There's a woman, right?
I couldn't
I thought it was
tell.
Arnold at first.
I think it is a woman.
the reception on this thing.
What one they've got?
Yeah. What the hell is that about?
And
Oh,
he
yeah.
accidentally tunes it to this naked lady he likes to
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
there
he's
are
like,
boobies for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, I don't watch this when nobody else is around.
Whose
no.
boobies were those?
We don't know.
Is that just random
person.
boobies?
It's just like
Yeah, because he uses the magical viewfinder for pervy purposes.
Probably your bathroom cam.
You got my bathroom cam. This happens in the Sword of the Valiant, the Sean Connery Green Knight. There's a lady with a crystal ball, and she just like checks in on the plot periodically, and then Sean Connery's like, stop! And then he turns her into a newt. So that happens, and they see boobies, which reminded me of Demolition Man.
Hi, Martin. You know, I was thinking. Oh my God, I'm sorry, wrong number.
What is the target audience of this? So is this adults that want to see the boobies? Or is this for like 12-year-old boys? They're like, oh, my mom won't notice that there's boobies in this.
I mean,
Yeah.
12-year-old boys like boobs.
This is true, but they don't usually cram boobies into movies for 12-year-olds.
Yeah, but
Adult
back in the
boys
day,
like boobs too.
You know, back in the day, there were a lot of PG-13 movies with boobs in them.
Somebody told me Porky's was PG-13. Was that you?
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger signed up for a glorified cameo as a favor to Dino De Laurentiis. But when he showed up, he was supposed to be there for 4 weeks, when he thought he was supposed to be there for 1 week. And then he discovered, when he watched the rough cut, that they had expanded his role thanks to crafty angles, multiple cameras, body doubles, etc., to make it seem like he's in a lot more of the movie than he was.
Oh, wow.
Is it
Body
easy?
doubles?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
No.
So I
Is
didn't.
it easy
How
to
do you get a
quote.
body double for
Right?
Schwarzenegger?
I mean-
That's
Well, it was the era
maybe
of
Lou
steroids.
Ferrigno wasn't doing anything that weekend.
Schwarzenegger was originally intended to be Conan, but they did not have the rights to Conan. I've not seen the other Conan films. Does this seem like the same character? In that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger dressed like that, I guess? I don't know what else would make
at
him that
one
character.
point he says, "I'm no mercenary," but Conan very much is a mercenary.
Is he?
Yeah.
In Comic Buyer's Guide's 100 Sexiest Women in Comics ranked number 1 sexiest woman.
Number
in
1?
comics,
Really?
According to Comic Buyer's Guide
Interesting.
in 2011. She is the archetype of the chainmail bikini warrior.
Do people beat off to comics?
I mean, I imagine some do.
As the person who owns the most by far, as in none of you own any and I own a shit ton. How
come I can't open this book?
I have yet to beat off to any
stuck
comic book.
together. You were masturbating into Warlock by Oakley Hall. What's the weirdest thing you've ever beat off to?
Oh, that's a weird question.
You want to go to hell with me?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
The Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Beat off to the Constitution?
The Second Amendment. Just thinking about all those bare arms.
Bare arms.
Check out my guns. What is Red Sonja's first appearance in the comics? Comic book trivia.
It's Conan the Barbarian number 23?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Conan the Barbarian, Sandal Bergman played Valeria, a thief and the love of Conan's life.
Yeah, I think she dies in the comics.
And in this movie, she plays Queen Gedrin. So if we're saying that's Conan and this is unofficially Conan 3, his love interest becomes the evil lesbian in this one, even though she's dead, apparently. Major actress, famous actress who was considered...
Julia Roberts.
A little early for Julia,
she's so
I think.
wafy.
She's in sci-fi stuff. You got it.
Farrah Fawcett.
You know it.
Yeah,
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver. That's it. You're right. There you
That's
go.
her name in Welsh, I think.
It took Dino De Laurentiis almost a year to find an actress Amazonian enough to play the title character.
Brigitte is not Amazonian at all.
8 weeks before his scheduled production.
I know. Like, I could snap her in half just by, like, boop.
Roger Ebert noted the dialogue sounds like the actress have already read the Mad Magazine parody of the film.
That's pretty good. He's got some gems in his reviews.
Plot hole. Though this is set 5,000 years ago, the women all have shaved legs and armpits.
Yep.
Did you notice?
I didn't notice, but that's such a common thing. It's like the end of the world. Yeah, they have time to shave every day.
Well, isn't it in like a fantasy land though? Like a fake land?
Yeah, they could
So
use
in a
magic.
fantasy magical land,
Maybe there's a special
magic
spell
wax.
for hair removal.
But also, that's like a male fantasy because, you know, there's that meme where it's like me getting ready for a date with a man and it's like shaving her armpits and her legs, but me getting ready for a date with a girl and she's like clipping her fingernails.
Interesting.
I remember that was a thing in Game of Thrones. One of the actresses was like, "Do you want me to grow my pubes out? Do you want me to wear a merkin?" They're like, "No, just shave it." And she's like, "No, my character wouldn't have shaved pubes. This is bullshit." Brigitte Nielsen said, quote, "He told me at the beginning of shooting Red Sonja, one day I will become governor of California," and we were all laughing, but I had a feeling he would do it.
Damn.
So he was calling a shot in 85. One day I will be governor of the California. She's like, let's do it.
I like how he set his sights so high from the beginning. He didn't say like, Nebraska. One day I will rule all of Nebraska.
And I will hear the lamentations of the women.
Yeah.
Here's a question. According to Brigitte Nielsen, who's better in bed, Schwarzenegger or Stallone? What do you think? What do you got? Who would be better?
Stallone.
Stallone's
She
better in
married
bed.
Stallone.
She did marry Stallone.
Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Sylvester Stallone.
You married your crush.
That's right.
Wow.
What a mistake.
But that doesn't necessarily mean Schwarzenegger
Could be
is better.
trick. Could be a trick question.
I'm going to go with Stallone.
Yeah, Stallone seems like he would take care of a lady.
Oh, he's a more thoughtful, careful lover.
He'll make sure, you know.
Stallone knows where the clit
This
is.
is-
He's not afraid of the green orb.
Yeah.
Touch it.
I believe you're all wrong. According to Brigitte Nielsen, her affair with Schwarzenegger was scorching. And she said, we, quote, tried every sex act.
Yeah, but
every is a big word in that
Yeah, that's pooping? Pooping?
Quote, we wanted to try everything, and so we did. There were no restrictions, no promises, nothing, and it was a great time in my life.
Oh, looking back.
She never really said explicitly that he was better than Stallone.
I have more quotes.
No, all right.
Cool. Because you got receipts.
Schwarzenegger confirmed that they did have this affair in his autobiography, Total Recall.
Oh, yes. I saw that at work the other day.
It's a great name for his autobiography.
You cheated on Maria. And you were...
Okay, Brigitte says Sylvester begged her to marry him. Begged her.
If a man's begging you to marry him, probably
not a good
That's
sign.
not a
Yeah.
good sign.
Don't do that.
We spent 4 days together and I went back to Denmark. And in Denmark I told my parents, my God, I met Sylvester Stallone and so forth. And he called me back in Copenhagen and he said, why don't you come back? I flew back to LA and I moved in, believe it or not. And 4 months after we got engaged.
She was 22. He was 39.
Ew. That's too much of an age gap.
Is that half plus 7?
No.
Nope.
No.
He begged me to marry. He begged me. And I remember thinking, this is too early, this is not right. At the same time, everybody was going, who wouldn't want to marry Rocky?
She's a European 22, though.
Oh, European 22. What do we do to half plus 7? Do we like put a modifier on that formula?
I don't know.
Put it up on the screen, formula modifier.
I mean, that would make you American 24.
An extra 2.
That's true.
And they didn't consummate their relationship until later at Stallone's beach house in Malibu. She said they made love for the first time blank. What do you got? Follow this up with, quote, it was weird, and she says it was not the most incredible memory to have. So what was the faux pas he made? Their first sex, where they did it?
After meeting his mom.
Okay, could be.
Well, you can all fuck yourselves now.
I'd say on the stairs. I feel like that would be my guess. Like the Thomas Crown affair.
Oh,
Maybe.
Stairs?
Stairs.
What?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are they carpeted stairs?
No. Hard stairs.
Ugh.
99 Thomas Crown affair. Pierce Brosnan, Rene Russo. They do it on the stairs.
There's also a stair sex scene in Eastern Promises.
And History of Violence. With,
Or that's what I was thinking
Vigo.
of. History
Yeah, I was going to say.
Why stairs have
It's both
weird
Vigo.
gaps in them? Like, I've talked to the landlord about it. Like, why is there this gap here?
I'm trying to have sex on
I'm trying
these
to have
stairs.
sex on these stairs. Why? This does not look
It's not,
safe.
it's not stairs. It was on a big chair.
But so she did,
That
like,
was his sex chair.
Was not the most incredible memory to have.
she did every sex act with Arnold, but having sex on a big
No.
chair.
Oh,
was-
but furniture is where I draw the line. Weird
Here's the
furniture.
thing, though. How did their relationship end? How did their marriage end? Was it amicable?
Stallone divorced her after he found her with his female secretary.
Yeah, which I think is like, I thought guys like that.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'd jump in it.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'd be like Red
I'm a little
Sonja
surprised.
and her girlfriend. I has it.
Right?
Have you ever made love to a woman?
No.
Never in
yet.
your life?
No.
Interesting.
It is bad.
So there you
It
go.
didn't go
So you
well.
can't really trust what she's saying.
It sounds like she really likes Schwarzenegger. All the stuff is like, yeah, we did everything. It was great.
I mean, he's
Stallone,
so charming.
yeah, we got married. It sucked. Something changed when we got married. We went on a honeymoon to Hawaii, and Sylvester brought about 15 people with him, agents, lawyers, and entourage. I was devastated. So it sounds like he was not romantic at all. He was like, we did it in a chair. It took 2 minutes. He was done.
I was wrong.
He brought 15 people on their honeymoon to talk about lawyer shit.
He
It
doesn't
is not
know.
romantic.
He does not know the green light.
Touch it.
It seems like Arnold does.
Sylvester Stallone, big or small in the pants?
Ask him.
Did he satisfy you and give you an orgasm? That's all I need to know.
Ask him.
How is he in that? Scale of 1 to 10, good or bad? I don't see
Very
it.
good.
Very good.
Very nice guy. Very funny.
During the filming of Red Sonja?
Wonderful.
Stallone commissioned statues of Brigitte, which he filled their garden with. Quote, to start with, it was flattering, even though I had to pose for hours, and then it became embarrassing.
Yeah, that's weird.
She's embarrassed.
Do you just like go out in the garden and jerk off
Yeah,
to the statues while I'm sitting in here? Like,
Brings
what's
the
going
That's what I
on?
was
then.
thinking. Like,
Um,
do you think he still jerks off to them?
Maybe. I don't even
So-
I wonder where they're at. I wonder if you can buy one on like eBay.
so on the set of Over the Top, which was made in it came out in 87, so this is right in that period, he's married to Brigitte.
עם אולם ספורט. זה היה הכי גדול שראית בחיים. ושם הוא היה עושה התעמלות, היה עושה ספורט, היה אוכל, והיה מזיין. כל הפסקת צהריים, הוא היה הולך מאתר הצילומים, אנחנו מקיפים את זה, את האתר, איפה שהוא הולך בגדר תיל, כי עמדו איזה 1,000 בחורות. הוא היה הולך עם השומר ראש הראשי שלו, עושה ככה. בהפסקת צהריים, 3 בנות הולכות איתו לזה שלו. הוא היה מזיין אותם שם. 3, בת אחת. אבל לי הוא היה אומר, מנחם, אשתי הולכת להגיע. אתה לוקח אותה הצידה, ואתה אומר לה שאתה בכל צהריים אתה עושה איתי חזרות. כמו לא הייתי מוכרח לבלף בשבילו. אני הפסדתי אותו מאשתו.
There's actually a quote about that. I heard this on a podcast where when Stallone picked out somebody at his lunch break, he still had his mic on, and they heard him. He said,
They heard him
like,
having sex for 40
well,
seconds.
he said, lick the tip, work the shaft, and cup the balls.
Pretty standard.
And it became like a joke among the sound crew, and they had a shirt made of that, what it said.
Lick the tip.
Work the shaft
Work
and cup
the shaft,
the balls.
cup
I may be a little off on a couple
Lick,
of the words.
work, cup.
It seems pretty standard.
And I guess one sound guy was sick, so he called a buddy of his to fill in for him, and that was the only shirt he had, and he threw it on. And Stallone's walking by eating an apple, and he stops. I say that, and then just
I say that.
Yeah. And then there's another quote from Schwarzenegger, where I guess I don't know if his lunch break, but in one of his trailers, someone walked in on him eating out some random chick while he was in a relationship. And he just turned around and smiled and said, eating ain't cheating.
Eating pussy by a dumpster.
Ew.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
At the arts bar?
Yeah.
Who was that?
They both got kicked out.
Wait, did they really?
Wait, it sounds like they were already out of the bar.
Yeah,
but it was in their
it's the
parking
parking lot
I think
right
it was-
behind.
it was
All the
their
smokers
dumpster,
could see
too.
them. So Jacqueline Stallone, famously an astrologer, was said to have looked into their future and predicted the marriage would not last.
I will tell the future in your entrails, Red Woman. I know my future. You have none.
Ooh.
And so
Jackie
she
calling
was
it.
basically telling Sylvester, don't do it.
She read the rump.
She did some rump readings. So I would like you to go and look, because in this book, she gives a rating. Every deacon, like your matches. She said, quote, I asked Sylvester not to marry Brigitte because it was not going to last longer than the next eclipse. Funnily enough, the marriage broke down within 18 months, and they got divorced in April of '87, the same month as the eclipse.
Eclipse is a time of great power.
Right. You would think in this, if you look up his birthday, his deacon, to the who he would be a good match with, apparently it would be bad. It's a 6 out of 10, which is not terrible.
That's not bad.
It's not
That's just over half.
When it comes to love and marriage, we have a classic Cancer on our hands. Emotional, romantic, moody, touchy, you name it. Plus, he suffers from a bad case of zipperitis, if you know what I mean. Blame that on the Scorpio in him, won't we? Well, he's always searching for his soulmate with a few very picky prerequisites. First of all, believe it or not, she doesn't have major brains. She'll be out the door within hours.
Gotta be smart.
Second, and the thing that drives me crazy, is his obsession with skinny girls. We're talking anorexic little string beans that you could blow over if you talk too loud. Personally, I think he just wants a woman around who won't munch out on any of his beloved food treasures. Sometimes I think he'd like to have a good old-fashioned cry all by himself.
So is she saying Brigitte's dumb?
Brigitte's dumb and skinny.
So basically, they've been feuding for years. Brigitte Nielsen is a celebrity Big Brother, and they bring in Jacqueline Stallone into the Big Brother house just to fuck with her, because they know they like hate each other.
What?
Hey.
Oh my God, Jackie! Yeah, I'm Jackie.
Yeah, Jackie.
Yeah, I'm Jackie. It's Jackie.
I'm Jackie.
Oh, Jackie. Well, who else am I? This is Sylvester's mom. She must have been shitting herself. How are you? How could they do this to me?
I thought that was a stroke of absolute genius. Cruel, but genius.
I can't tell you exactly what she told me 20 years ago, but it got to me.
My God, I can't believe she's here. That is unbelievable. I look like a freak. It looked like I'd been hit by a truck. I thought Madonna might be there because she lived in England. I was quite sure she'd show up for a few days. How about sending in a lovely harpist who you can gag her, she won't talk.
You hated Sylvester Stallone's mother. She called you the poorest example of a female that she's
She
ever known.
called me a 25-cent slut.
Segue. Do you think Arnold and Sylvester shared an STD?
Maybe.
Chlamydia.
I mean, it's a good
So
chance.
which one?
I
So
mean, law of averages, right?
Arnold bangs her. He's clearly cheating on Maria, so he's getting around.
A lot of people have herpes and they don't know it.
Okay, so we think it's herpes.
Maybe it could be herpes. They have herp.
Yeah.
They have the herp.
So the herp.
Or at least the
herpes.
ones you can get away with get treatment for.
Yeah, I remember being in
I've had those a few
England,
times.
and they were just coming up to me like anytime I was in public. Someone was like, "Would you like a free chlamydia test?" I'd be like, "What? Why?" They're like, 1 in 10 people has chlamydia.
Yeah.
I would just be in a park and someone would be like, "Would you like a chlamydia test?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, thanks."
Can you name some people that Brigitte Nielsen has had sex with?
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Famously, yes.
That's right, Heart to Heart wasn't only a TV show. It's right here in the pool. Right here in the pool.
It's not a pool, it's a jacuzzi.
Oh, it's right here in the jacuzzi. And then affection. You know, I love affection. I'm a very affectionate person. She smacked Flav. But you didn't say, wait. But y'all didn't say what happened next.
You smacked her back.
Thank you, Howard, my man.
You did?
Oh, yes, he did.
I did. My mama taught me if anybody hits you, you hit them back no matter how big.
Is that what turned you on?
Okay,
Did that turn you on?
There was much more to
Hey,
that
Howard,
because what I did not
can I
accept
tell you the truth, Howard?
about Mr. F.
I think it did turn her on, Howard. Howard, I think it did turn her on because I'm going to tell you something, Howard.
Saying something about
When I smacked her...
What else we got? She married Mark Gastineau. You know Mark Gastineau?
Another name.
He was a football player. She had a one-night stand with Sean Penn.
Whoa.
Give me the Amazon review she's going to give.
3 stars.
3 out of 5.
I'm going with 3. We had to do it with a mirror
Okay.
in view the whole time.
Yeah, I think the sex probably wasn't that horrible, but he was just annoying.
Quote, I haven't had many one-night stands, but he was one and, ooh, he was amazing.
Oh.
So if you want a one-night stand with a celebrity, go with Sean Penn.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Sean Penn.
So this means if you want to do the, what did we call it? Kennedy cousins, we can go from...
To Madonna.
We can go from Arnold Schwarzenegger's housekeeper, who he knocked up and has a bastard child with. Her name is Patty Baena. Patty Baena can be connected to Jewel, Madonna, and Charlize Theron.
Wow.
In 2011, there was going to be a new Red Sonja. They cast Amber Heard as a star.
Oh, she actually looks a lot like the character.
Yeah, but she is a garbage human being who's been
I've
canceled.
heard this.
In 2017, they started a new project, Red Sonja. Bryan Singer was attached to direct.
Ooh.
He has now been canceled.
What was he canceled for?
Raping boys.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Is that right? Molesting
It's something bad
males?
enough for him to disappear right away.
Now there's a new one in the works, a new Red Sonja, slated to start in 2022 with Sacha Baron Conan.
Well, what's he gonna get canceled for?
That's my question. So Sacha Baron Cohen's
I think
about
he's
to be
like
canceled.
pretty alright. He's like catching other people and canceling them.
Chris Hansen on To Catch a Predator. He got caught.
Predator?
Did he?
Yeah, he was like cheating on his wife with like a girl who was like 20 years younger than him. It was pedophile range, but he got.
My dad was 16. He married a 22-year-old at one point.
Interesting.
How old were you when that happened?
Probably about 26. They didn't last that long. He's like, yeah,
shocking.
she's an idiot. I was like, well, yeah, she's 22. Everyone's an idiot at 22.
Yeah.
Way too
Yeah.
old.
In recent years, Brigitte Nielsen married a model, a dude who is 15 years younger than her.
Well, that's not that bad, though.
Not that bad.
Once you get past 30, it's like, age gap, who gives a shit?
She then did a reality show where she's getting all kinds of cosmetic surgery done to look younger because she married a younger man.
Oh, see?
So it was almost just a setup for a TV show.
All right, tell me about having a child at 54. What was the birth like?
The birth was amazing!
The Red Sonja was nominated for 3 Razzies.
Worst lead actress.
Yes.
Yes.
Supporting actress.
For Sandahl
Gudrun.
Bergman,
Yeah.
Lesbian Queen. And this is a tricky one. Worst new star, which is also Brigitte Nielsen.
In America, there's a burglary every 11 seconds, a murder every 24 minutes, and 250 rapes a day.
Sylvester LeBay is Hungarian.
That makes sense.
I read this movie was a huge hit in Hungary. It's like the biggest movie of all time in Hungary.
No way.
Like still to this day. Oh, Pepper's freaking out because I just said that H word in Hungary. All right, Cobra. You want to talk us through Cobra? You love Cobra.
Well, it's a great movie. It's
Where
about
is it in the Stallone oeuvre? So, like, what are we
Little
talking?
better.
Third best? 15th?
I
What do you got?
don't really know how to rank him because I like all of his stuff. I'm a big Stallone fan. He's the guy they bring in when they have no other options, and he breaks the rules, and everyone knows that, and he still has a job.
He just has a matchstick in his mouth. I went through that phase.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You carried around a matchstick in your mouth? Yeah. We need to talk about this more.
We want to help. You're free.
He's racked it twice.
That just wastes a bullet, right?
Yeah.
You gotta pick it back up and be like, oh shit.
He was kind of screwed. He had to run straight.
So much product placement.
Pepsi free.
And he takes a drink.
Go ahead. I don't shot her.
I like that. That's pretty nihilistic.
We'll talk. I'm a sucker for good conversation.
I don't want to talk to you.
I don't deal with psychos. I put them away. They're disease.
And I'm the
I'm the
cure.
cure.
Really give him a lot of dropping time.
He's just saying it as a formality.
This world is semi-automatic.
He says that, right? At one point,
Yeah.
he's like,
I think he
you're
says it
the
more
cure.
than
You're the
once.
disease and I'm the cure.
Crime is a disease, I'm the cure. Can you say that in Stallone?
Crime is a disease, I'm the cure.
The hunka
Crime is a
chunka?
disease, and I'm the cure.
Crime is a disease,
And I'm the cure.
I am the cure.
Oh, about crime is a cancer, and I'm the chemotherapy.
Yeah. Because you kind of do get worse as
Kind
you're
of,
getting better.
because he is
Yeah,
kind of
he
a
helps, but he also damages.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of collateral damage.
Yeah.
That's chemotherapy right there.
Yeah.
Disease.
And I'm the
I'm
cure.
the cure.
Piece of pizza in the freezer. Eats like one sliver of it.
Oh yeah, he's very health conscious, so but he
I was
likes
thinking of getting a pizza and
likes-
serving you
yeah.
all pizza, but just cutting off the tips.
It's not just cutting
Just the
pizza
tip.
with scissors. It's frozen
and
delivered
then he keeps
pizza.
his gun cleaning kit in the egg carton.
Right, he's eating his little sliver of pizza while cleaning his gun.
Yeah.
What's the pizza eat? What the fuck?
Like,
And then multiple times he gives his partner shit about what he eats. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're eating that processed
So
food.
much sugar.
Well, I won't waste any time. You know almost every sicko in this city. Shake them down. Do what you have to do to get a
Some
lead
of
on
them
this
are my
maniac.
best friends.
You know what the trouble with you is? You're too fine. It's all that sugar you're eating. It's all that junk food.
I had all
It's all that junk food you're swallowing.
Oh shit.
Try prunes, something natural. Prunes, raisins. Try
Frozen
fish.
pizza.
Fish and rice. Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
Pepsi, of course.
Chill for some gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Yeah, she's a witness. That's just a creepy looking dude.
Cute guy. So what do you think?
You mean?
Did Jack Kirby do that drawing?
So what do you think?
Right, so she witnesses them killing like 4 random people.
Yeah.
Right. But she doesn't even know she witnessed the murder.
No.
She's just like, I saw a creepy guy on the road and drives off.
Yeah. And they're all banging axes for some reason, but you never
Right,
really
so we
see
have
it.
some industrial techno
Yeah.
music videos.
They actually
occasionally.
have like a credo and a philosophy that's
Right.
never
What-
really delved into.
Tell me, I've got sources on this. It's based on a novel.
I don't know if they plan on taking over or what they really want to do, but
I think it's
it
more
involves
of the
killing a bunch of women.
The Manson. It's not about
Manson
taking
family.
over. It's about fomenting the apocalypse and
Starting
just
a race war.
and just being
Helter-skelter.
around after it happens.
So I have a quote. The New World is a supremacist group of social Darwinist radicals that despise modern society and believe in killing the weak, leaving only the strongest and smartest to rule the world. Which they plan to do by being in a motorcycle gang and doing techno videos.
Well, and they kill all women, so it's just going to be a bunch of dudes in the end.
So, like, going into it, I knew there was a Night Stalker. I was like, okay, it's going to be about him hunting the serial killer. But he's a serial killer in a group of like 100 people in a weird
And
cult.
he was the only one who knew it was more than one person from the beginning.
Right, and he's like, it's not one serial killer. It's this like giant group.
Well, because at one point the cops say like, oh, this person like keeps mixing up their MO. They don't have like a definite MO. They keep mixing it up. And this is the beginning of like serial killer profiling.
Yeah.
So there's little glimpses of like, oh, he's mixing up his MO. Is it one person? Is it a big group? And that's like, oh, this seems like a novel. This seems interesting. And then the movie's like, no, it's 400 people on motorcycles. Throw grenades at them. And that's what the rest of the movie
But
is.
whenever he throws a grenade, he just kills one person.
Yeah, he's very inefficient with his grenades.
He takes people out with extreme prejudice.
Right. And none of them have guns, so I'm just gonna try to attack him.
You ever seen anyone fall out of the back of a truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get up very fast.
Lemons. It's the lemon party.
That's 2 grenades, which he used to kill 1 person each.
He does look like the other ones. He does look like the other ones. Like she's just posing.
Is that robot have a penis? You see that robot's ding dong?
It's a dongle.
Look at that. It's front and center.
Dongle.
Look, I'd be sick not to want to sleep with you. Okay, then don't do it.
That's a weird way to phrase it. See, I learned this from Highlander. You don't fight with weapons in the parking garage.
In case of emergency, use stairs. Just
get in the elevator!
Throw him in front of them.
Whoa.
Brigitte Nielsen witnesses. So it's all about like put Brigitte Nielsen in witness protection. Stallone will have sex with her in a motel.
She comes on to him.
We're a pair of really nice guys who are here to ask you a lot of bad questions. Is that right?
It's like in The Shining when he's catching through.
Here's Letterman. Good spot. Right on the railroad track. What a monster covers the fries in ketchup. You put it on the side, it'll make them soggy.
You gotta cut in that scene from
They should put a lot of ketchup on there too.
I just got here. From where, Becky? Different places.
How much ketchup does she need?
It's a large family.
Look what she's still
What
going.
is she doing?
You like dessert.
What?
Your french fries down here.
He thought it was a line.
So it's part of the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought of that line. So
Keep squeezing it.
going back to his health food.
Well, let's just say that not many people could put up with the way I live.
What if you found one?
I eat cottage cheese 24/7. This smells terrible. The dude from the X-Files.
Yeah, the alien bounty hunter.
He's the night slasher. Brian Johnson is the actor.
And he's got such a distinctive like cheekbone and
He's
jaw.
He should have been the Terminator. He looks like a robot in skin.
Nice night for a walk. Wash day tomorrow. Nothing clean, right?
So they go about trying to kill her, creating thousands more witnesses. Killing dozens of people
They
around.
attacked that whole small
took
town.
they took the trouble to hide their faces anyway. So only
Right.
thing she
Yeah.
could say is dudes with pantyhose
Yeah.
on their heads.
Which seems to like I feel like it was the 80s. It was a normal thing that just happened.
Yeah.
Everyone was wearing
And she didn't even know she witnessed anything.
No.
She was like, I saw a creepy
But they
guy
don't
once.
know that. You know how paranoid
That's
you
fair,
get when
they
you're
don't
doing
know
a
that,
when you're
but-
committing a crime.
I remember there's a scene like this in DuckTales.
down, I'm gonna hit this boat.
Why didn't he just not hit the boat?
One of the differences between Stallone and Schwarzenegger too is Stallone plays a lot of the strong silent type.
Schwarzenegger doesn't have that much dialogue, but it always hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, who
tries
do you
to do
credit
a
for
quiet
that? Do you
thing.
credit Schwarzenegger for that? Or does he have someone who he always brings with him?
It's kind of like
that's
really,
a script doctor.
It's kind of like really good low-budget movies. Where they're like, we can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? And they really figure out how to nail it.
Yeah.
And when you're a writer and you're like, oh, it's Schwarzenegger. All right, I don't want him to talk a lot. I'm not giving him soliloquies. I'll give him a few.
But
he can
it
nail
always works.
It always works.
But
And is it him or is it someone
It's
else?
not
Probably
Tuma.
him. Well, if you go back to the eating ain't cheating story, it's probably him. He probably has a little bit of it in him, like, you know, that delivery. Stallone was tip shaft balls. Here's the instructions.
Right.
Please do it.
The last 40 minutes of this movie is basically we're doing witness protection to protect Brigitte Nielsen. This cult of social Darwinist radicals, because Brigitte Nielsen is hiding out in this one motel room. And instead of going after her directly or using their undercover cop lady who's on their side, she could just kill both of them real quick and run away. They send hundreds of people on motorcycles to just generally terrorize a town.
I mean, there's a scene where they like barge into the sheriff's office.
They're just killing everybody in this town.
All this just to get one witness.
Why are they just like terrorizing this whole town? There's a guy on the roof. Wow.
No, there's a point where he just runs out into the open.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
what? So you have hundreds of people firing at this building, and they're like, yeah, they just escaped. Because they were busy all shooting up every building in town. So then we get to all of Stallone's cool kills, the cool action movie kills. He's got his Finnish machine gun, sub machine gun. Say something dirty about subs. The grenades, it seems to waste his grenades, really.
Yeah.
It's like a dude he could easily shoot. He throws a grenade 8 feet at him.
He wastes the grenades.
no, he plants a grenade.
Yeah.
Right.
Waits for two people to walk by it, and then he shoots the grenade.
Which would not work.
No.
No. Shoot a grenade? I feel like it'd be easier to shoot 2 people than shoot a grenade
right?
and go off.
Yeah.
He has to make it challenging for himself.
Yeah.
Trick shots.
He's killed a lot of people. He has to keep it interesting.
You want to carpool?
We kill the weak, so the strong survive. We are the future! No, you're this idiot.
I know my future. You have none.
You will shoot. Murder is against the law.
I have diplomatic immunity.
He's already killed so many people.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not
what
a
is-
grenade.
Yeah. Get him up there.
I feel like it's that sharp.
It is when you're heavy.
You want to go to hell with me? Murder is against the law. Murder is against the law.
If you want to tell a story about a renegade cop who plays by his own rules, here's my rewrite idea I put 45 seconds of thought into. Ready? We open on the cult leader bad guy. He's about to be put on trial for murder. We've got a key witness. Oh, the cult killed the key witness. The trial was put on hold. The cops are trying to get a new witness, but nobody's willing to do it because they'll get murdered. except for one Lady MacGuffin. And this time we cast an actress and not Brigitte Nielsen. So Lady MacGuffin is in grave danger. They're totally using her. That's so not cool. The cult's probably going to murder her. So the cult is out to get her. And also the cult doesn't run around just creating thousands of more witnesses all willy-nilly. So hero renegade cop Stallone protecting the witness. Action movie schlock stuff. Okay, he's successful. He brings her in alive to testify. She does that. We're going to win the trial. But then we get the verdict, and guess what? He's acquitted. Why? Because they intimidated the jury. Bad guy then tells Stallone some cocky shit about, I am above the law. So now we have the finale, last act, and Stallone climactically confronts the leader on a rooftop with news helicopters circling and watching. So they're trading quips. You can't kill me in front of all these cameras. And Stallone says,
You have the right to remain silent.
In the last 45 seconds, Stallone's on trial for murder, because he did this on camera. But on trial, he gets to talk to the jurors, and he's like,
I am the cure!
While on the witness stand, and the jurors are like, oh my god, my hero. And then 8 seconds later, we get a not guilty verdict, and then he walks out of the courthouse with not Brigitte Nielsen in his arms, plus one of the jurors who is now in love with him, and then they go off and have a threesome. And over the credits, we hear Stallone explaining,
Oh, this is how you do my dick.
Tip shaft balls.
Is that hook sharp enough?
No, I didn't.
But
look
it was
at
his
it.
weight, though.
Well, yeah,
His
if
weight.
you get it right under the skin,
Yeah.
under
No,
there,
I didn't buy it.
You still
Not
gotta
sharp
pierce
enough.
the skin.
Did they do that on Mythbusters by chance?
Stallone says he wrote it in 16 hours, which is, by the way, the length of the film Rise of Skywalker. Right?
I mean, is this like Stephen King era, like coke writing? Was he just coke writing scripts?
It's the 80s.
So just imagine Stallone on like a Star Wars ship. And he's like
Just doing lines off of C-3PO's ass.
Having sex in wooden chairs.
Just typing on R2-D2 as like pages come out of the front of R2-D2.
I have a quote from Stallone. You ready? I thought Cobra had every chance to have been a wonderful character that could have caused some memorable cinematic mayhem. I believe the inclusion of a real actress and not a bewigged ex-wife would have certainly been a celebrated change.
Oh,
and
burn.
perhaps would have made the series a lot more dramatic.
Yeah, so that didn't end well.
I was a model. I never wanted to become an actress.
When Stallone signed to play the lead in Beverly Hills Cop, he tried to rewrite the script to Beverly Hills Cop, took out all the comedy.
Oof.
And the studio was like, no. So then they got rid of his rewrites, got Eddie Murphy, made Beverly Hills Cop. Later, I think it's Beverly Hills Cop 3, Eddie Murphy tried to get rid of all the comedy because he wanted to be a more serious actor. So he tried to make Beverly Hills Cop 3 serious. And that's when he took these ideas to go make Cobra, which is based on the novel Fair Game by Paula Gosling. When Cobra was released, Stallone allegedly wanted the novel to be reissued with his name credited as co-author of the novel. She declined the offer. The 1995 movie Fair Game was also based on this novel.
For Detective Max Kirkpatrick, rules are made to be broken. For attorney Kate McQueen, making enemies is just part of the job.
Is this going anywhere?
But someone wants to settle out of court.
So what am I supposed to do?
Figure out who's trying to kill you.
He's in a small room by the stairs.
No, he's behind you!
Okay, there you go. I'm on that.
Now, if they can just stand each other.
So now you're saying we can't trust any cops?
That's right.
Baker, FBI.
I don't know how to use a gun, Max.
You ever use a camera? Same principle, point and shoot.
Fair game.
That was a good raid, Kate.
There's a Cobra video game for like Commodore 64. Stallone complained to cinematographer Rick Waite that they were falling behind and he needed to push the crew to work harder. Waite responded by telling Stallone the delays were due to what?
Just bad acting.
Just not enough cocaine on set for everyone.
Right.
Like,
the delays were due to his fooling around with Brigitte Nielsen and showing off for his bodyguards.
Oh.
Showing off, like, was he like, oh, this is how you do my dick?
Tip shaft balls.
Oh, so George P. Cosmatos did Tombstone. That's the big claim to fame.
You know who else is in Tombstone?
You guessed it, Frank Stallone.
For the Night Slasher's monologue in the lead up to the final fight, Brian Thompson did the scene with the script supervisor standing in for Stallone, who was busy watching a basketball game. It received an X rating.
X?
X.
For what?
The Night Slasher does some very slashy stuff.
Oh, so there's an uncut version out there somewhere.
Approximately 50 minutes shorter than the first assembly cut.
Maybe it's all just kind of
What's in that?
finding about
No, there's a lot of gore that they
the
Maybe
philosophy.
there's more cult background. Yeah, the philosophy of the cult.
We don't know shit about this cult. It's a lemon party movie. Single shot with the most lemons in it in film history.
It also is a Christmas film.
So the citrus industry, if you're a lemon farmer, this is their Christmas movie.
Well,
Fascinating.
They're like, we're not into Die Hard.
That's the worst sniper.
Brian Thompson, the Night Stalker, Night
Slasher.
repeatedly asked Stallone about his character, the Night Slasher, his character's background, his reasons for doing what he was doing. Stallone was not interested in explaining the character and told him, it's because he's evil.
There we go.
So Brian Thompson is a real actor.
What's my
Stallone-
motivation? You're evil. Stallone accidentally hit Brian Thompson on the jaw with the butt of a gun and gave him a concussion.
Damn.
Also, Thompson was bloodied by Squibb's gun wrong.
Well, yeah, if
So
the,
it went
if
really
the explosive
right.
is like too close to your skin.
Right. He also cut himself with his signature weird knife.
Oh, yes.
This was not a fun shoot for Brian Thompson. He was also forced to buy his own ticket to see the film because he was not invited to the premiere.
What the
Damn.
Oh, wow,
And he
he's like
says-
the main character.
I mean, that's just a
got a
canon film.
concussion, he got
That's a
bloodied
canon
by a
film.
squib,
Money cutting
bloodied
thing was
himself.
like, we're not going to invite every actor to the
But
premiere.
it's-
Like,
what are the-
most of the actors can just buy their own tickets.
We'll send you the VHS. Stallone described his character as Bruce Springsteen with a badge. Does that make any sense to anybody?
not at all.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Not really.
No, I mean
Born
maybe
in
the
the
jeans.
USA is a parody satire song.
Yeah, and maybe it's the jeans.
Golden Globus Canon Group.
אני הפקתי את קוברה.
They made a 2-picture deal with Stallone. They're trying to break into the mainstream, make some big money. And their 2 films were this and
Over the Top.
Over the Top.
That's where they went wrong, was trying to spend more money to make more money.
We're gonna spend money to make money.
What do they want, the Americans? Only money, you know? You buy them.
That was the beginning of
And
the end.
they made Cobra and Over the Top, and they were both flops. Who won? Who won the movie? Versus Red Sonja, Cobra?
Cobra won.
Cobra won. Tell me why.
Easily, because it's kind of all over the place as Red Sonja. It seems it's more coherent.
The tone. I think you're saying in tone, it's more level.
Cobra was nominated for 6 Razzies: Worst Picture,
Damn.
Worst Actor, Worst Actress, Worst Supporting Actor, and Worst New Star, both for Brian Thompson.
What?
So we've got back-to-back years of Worst New Star.
He wasn't
Okay.
even invited to the movie.
And Worst Screenplay by Sylvester Stallone.
Also, I believe Stallone won an Oscar, didn't he? How many has Schwarzenegger been nominated
Rocky
for?
wins Best Picture,
Yeah, which he wrote.
but it didn't win Best Screenplay.
Still.
Let's walk through all of Stallone's Razzie nominations. 1984, Rhinestone was nominated for Worst Picture. Stallone is nominated for Worst Actor. 1985, Rambo 2 wins for Worst Picture. Stallone wins for both Rambo 2 and Rocky 4.
I hope you're happy with that fucking wig.
What else? Worst Director. Worst Screenplay for Rambo 2.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
He just has a matchstick in his mouth. I went through that phase.
The loser already is wearing it. I'm a big Stallone fan.
Sometimes I think he'd like to have a good old-fashioned cry all by himself.
Welcome to my vagina.
Have you spent your life idolizing an actor only to have your idol torn down by a bewigged dork? Have you found yourself questioning your life choices? You might be suffering from Stalloneliness. Until recently, Stalloneliness was untreatable, but that's all changed now thanks to Phexxi. Phexxi is a non-hormonal birth control, which basically means it's 3 acids you squirt into your vagina to murder sperm. Look how happy these women are, knowing that they can't get impregnated by Sylvester Stallone. Side effects include inside-out colon, fart attack, permanent voiceover voice disorder, south mouth, and excessive anal suction. Ask your doctor if Stallone is wrong for you.
What time is it
And I'm the cure.
Brigitte Nielsen wins for Worst Supporting for Rocky IV.
These all make sense to me.
Yeah.
1986.
These are all well earned.
Yeah.
1986, Cobra is nominated for Worst Picture. Worst Actress that year, Brigitte Nielsen is nominated. The winner was Madonna for Shanghai Surprise.
That makes sense.
But Brigitte was nominated. Brian Thompson was nominated for Worst Supporting Actor.
That's doesn't seem.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I feel like he was
pretty
fine.
well, yeah.
You wanna go to hell with me?
We're at 4 straight years. 88. Stallone wins for Rambo 3. Worst Actor. It was also nominated for Worst Picture. 89. Stallone is nominated for Lock Up and Tango and Cash.
Oh, Tango and Cash is funny.
But he's nominated for the combo of those for Worst Actor. Brigitte Nielsen also nominated for Bye Bye Baby. Huh. By the way, what happens to Brigitte Nielsen's career after this hot moment in the 80s where she's banging both Stallone and Schwarzenegger?
I would assume it's like a controlled landing of a plane that isn't going to make it.
When I left Sylvester, all doors closed on me. No one wanted to touch me, and I was basically blacklisted.
And then she does Flavor Flav on a reality show 20 years later.
Does Flavor Flav.
15 years later.
Well, the
Not much
plane
happens.
exploded after landing.
Right.
It never should have taken off, to
Okay.
be honest.
But I never wanted to become an actress, so...
Get ready to add a finger. 1990, Rocky V was nominated for Worst Film, Worst Actor, Worst Screenplay. 91, Stallone was nominated for an Oscar.
Whoa.
Oh, just kidding. He was nominated for Worst Actor for the film Oscar. I'm sorry. The film is called Oscar. Can you go 9 years in a row with a Razzie nomination?
That's what I got.
What do you got, 92?
That baby movie?
Stop or my mom will shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He wins Worst Actor. 1993. He is not nominated for Worst Actor in 93. We did it. You can't get nominated 10 years in a row. Oh, wait, hold on. Cliffhanger was nominated for Worst Screenplay.
Oh.
In 93?
And he wrote the screenplay. 94, Worst Actor, The Specialist, and he won for Worst Screen Couple.
I don't have more than 10 fingers.
I've got one.
Oh, he's doing it.
I'm here with the assist.
Worst Screen Couple, Sharon Stone, Sylvester Stallone.
I feel like that could just be Sharon Stone in anyone.
Yeah. 95, he is in the movie Assassins and Judge Dredd.
Oh.
Worst Actor, double nominee. 96, Worst Actor, Daylight.
It's about a bunch of people who get trapped in a tunnel.
97, not nominated.
For anything.
We
Whoa.
did it.
He was
How
on
many years in a
vacation
row?
all year.
What did we get?
Just took a year off.
So nobody gets nominated for a Razzie 14 years in a row. He broke the streak. In 97, he was in Copland. No nomination. In that stretch of 13 years, he had 25 Razzie nominations and 8 wins. How many Arnold Razzie nominations and wins would
Here's
he
the
have?
thing. Arnold is really good on screen. Even when the movie
Charismatic.
sucks, even when the character doesn't make any sense, he sells it somehow.
Stallone has 25. Schwarzenegger,
I'm gonna go 3.
3-5. 1
What?
for The Last Action Hero.
Oh man, that was...
Which is not even fair. That is a good bad movie on purpose.
It's the most cartoony one.
No, it isn't possible.
What's not possible? He's fantastic. This is his best performance ever.
But that was you. You were in that movie.
You were in a movie?
Yes. It was called The Girl of My Dreams. It starred you.
You cheated on Maria.
The one that Schwarzenegger has a Stallone reference on it. Rotten Tomatoes says Red Sonja is better, barely. IMDb says Cobra is better, a little bit.
Cobra's fun to watch.
I thought Red Sonja was more fun.
Which one is more fun to watch, to get hammered to? You said, are we split?
I think Red Sonja. There's more costuming and weird stuff going on.
Party watch Red Sonja.
I'll go Red Sonja.
A lot of Italians.
Fish machine.
Fish machine. What's that red and blue robot?
This is
He's ready to fist you.
yeah. He's a fister. I think he's the bad guy. of the Shogun warriors.
Okay.
Doesn't look like he has good technique.
Well, you want to go in first like that,
Yeah, and then
form the fist.
Yeah.
No, he's all power. He's just gonna power in. This is
He's not here for.
This isn't gonna help any.
That's why he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's why he's the bad guy.
Get ready to add a finger.
Pooping?
I'm a sucker for good conversation.
Drinking Stein.
Balls and dicks and cocks and ass.
His spit take is all liquid and no air. It's just like
so much liquid.
It's just like peeing out of his mouth. I'm like, that's not a spit
So
take.
much spit. I have a very moist
It's just
mouth.
like pouring out.
I have a moist mouth too.
Yeah.
The dentist always comments on it.
Dentist always tells you have a moist mouth.
I feel like that's a weird come on.
I've never heard this.
Like your dentist is hitting on you and he or she might be very bad at it.
My dentists have never commented on the moistness of my mouth.
I've had multiple dentists.
They tell you you have a moist mouth.
I have a wet mouth and a strong tongue.
Yep, that's a come on.
Good thing you're bisexual.
Where's my reaction camera? Is this the reaction camera? Is this it?
Tell that story again and you do a spit take. No. You have any soju left?
No, I'm all out of soju.
You could do a pretend spit take.
So my dentist always tells me
Not drinking.
Oh, I'm drinking.
Yeah, pretend to
my
drink.
dentist always tells me I have a wet mouth and a strong
I like this look.
Thanks.
You like this look?
Yeah.
The two different colors?
It's like, it's because it's green right now, so it's like Christmas.
I personally would have looked for a more subtle solution, but that's not your style.
Is that guy?
Is he on Star Trek?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Garrett.
Garrett!
Yes.
Oh my god, that's Garrett!
Oh my god!
Star Trek!
Holy shit!
Star Trek!
Oh.
The killer's in Star Trek
His
too.
name's Andrew or something.
I don't
Who's
remember.
Garrett?
He's like the spy.
He's the Cardassian Taylor spy.
Dick mentioned the third. That's a name. Dick mentioned.
The name's so nice they kept it thrice.
You want to go in first like that,
Yeah, and then
form the fist.
Yeah.
That's a challenge I might think about someday.
Get ready to add a finger.
Touch it.
Butt chug.
A strong.
Would you like a chlamydia test?
Who would you trade places with for a day?
The Pope.
The Pope?
Yes.
A lady Pope?
Yes.
You wanna go to hell with me?
Got another Stallone fact for you that I forgot. You ready? Okay. Stallone's opening monologue was so gravelly because it was recorded immediately after he choked on his character's signature toothpick. Brigitte Nielsen performed abdominal thrusts, which Sly insisted were not necessary because his lungs would have the natural strength to dislodge anything.
So what's the point? What's your point, Jeff? Just being a fucking asshole?
Just spitting facts.
You're coming up to me, I'm dressed nice, and then you want to rile me up? You're a fucking asshole? I think this guy is a fucking... See, the cameraman, the camera lady, how about this? Get the fuck out of my face.
Okay.
I can push it harder if I want, but I know you'll die if I push any harder. It's a match.
So it says toothpick in the fact.
Did you see the movie?
Do you think IMDb is wrong?
What was in his mouth?
IMDb can't be wrong.
What was in his mouth?
All kinds of bad lines.
But what was hanging out of his mouth? Is it the match?
Brigitte Nielsen.
Match or toothpick? See the fact that you're not even wanting to answer the question leads me to believe that you're being an asshole. But I have guests showing up, so kindly go fuck yourself.
How about sending in a lovely harpist who you can gag her, she won't talk.
Tip shaft balls.
Pooping?
Are you wearing panties right now?
Yes, lovey.
Let me see them. Not bad. Are you wearing a bra right now?
No, lovey.
Let me see. Prove it. Prove it. I don't believe you.
Let's see them things.
Let me see. I'll toss you a salad, honey. I've done my share of fat chicks. Don't you worry about it. I'll do anybody who wants it.
You are too much.
Right here, man. I'm packing it. All 1 inch.
That's terrible, Howard.
Right there, you know what I'm saying? She got a dolphin in her pussy.
You wanna go to hell with me?